Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Brian's Amazing World. Today, working on this 1997 Honda 300 4-tracks. Reason we're working on it? Well, about a year ago I was a little too cheap to rebuild this original carburetor, and I bought a Chinese carburetor for it for about this, well, half the price of what it cost to rebuild this original carburetor. And now I'm paying the price for it. It never actually worked right when I put it in. It did run, but it just didn't have any oomph to it, and it was just, you could tell there was something wrong with this carburetor. So finally I decided to break down and buy the parts I actually needed to fix the original carburetor, and we're going to pull this other one, Chinese one, out of here, get rid of that, and I'm going to show you why you definitely don't want to buy those carburetors. They're a waste of your money, a waste of your time, a waste of your aggravation, and well, here the machine sits, not running, and well, that's the reason why. So follow along, we'll tear it apart and get into it and show you what this is like and show you how to rebuild all this and what we do with it. Okay, well, this piece here is the real reason that this carburetor wasn't fixed in the first place. Now this is the diaphragm that goes up for your accelerator pump, and every time you hit the gas it pulls on this, creates a vacuum, and pumps a little extra fuel into your carburetor for you. Now like I said, the one that was on here was dry rotted and cracked. And, well, this little part is not cheap. This costs as much as a whole Chinese carburetor does. So that's the difference in quality and what you're getting when you buy it. So we got that. We got a carburetor rebuild kit, everything we need in there, new jets and new seals and a new needle. Use a needle out in that and rebuild this carb and show you how this all goes together on the machine and what you do with it and what the difference between these two carburetors are. And you definitely don't want to buy the Chinese junk anymore. Alright, now we have our carburetors out. This is the cheap Chinese junk model here. You can see plastic fitting there, worn out rubber on the bottom already. That rubber piece is already deteriorated and broken. And I have one other thing, but you can see the quality and difference in machining inside there. There's a big difference in these carburetors. Now, the problem that we originally had with this original carburetor is this rubber flange here on the accelerator pump. When you pull the throttle, this moves up and down and gives you that little shot of fuel that you need to give it the power and the low end torque. Now this one, it wasn't working right, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, what the heck? Well, I take it apart and you can see the rubber isn't set right on there, so that never sealed correctly in the first place, and that would cause it to run right. Not to mention the needle and the retaining clip is just sitting in there. So that had popped out, and well, there you go. So the quality of that shows you that it's not very good to begin with. So we have our new carb kit, and we have this magical little stupid flange. Now this piece here costs more than this whole carburetor did, which was the big reason, well, let's just buy the carburetor and go with that. But, well, you get what you pay for, and I was much better off buying an original with real rubber in it, none of this cheap, it's probably more of a plasticky kind of rubber than what this is. And that's going to make all the difference in the world when that's being used. Just the fact that these little pieces dry rotted and fell apart, they're only a year old, and it's garbage. Absolute garbage. So you get what you pay for. Hopefully we can get this thing back together and get it running and show you what it'll do. Okay, well now we have our carburetor rebuilt, and when we work the throttle, you can see the diaphragm in the back is able to go up and down, and that's the crucial part. We have our needle back in there and working, and if you blow through this part here, it will automatically lift that up, and that's how you can tell that this is working. It creates the vacuum that you need. As soon as you let off the gas, that drops down and sucks. That gives you the back pressure for stopping and braking the machine. Pretty neat the way that works. But if you have a little tear or rip in that little tiny gasket, it will not work. Now we just got to wedge this poor sucker back in there. Figured out the best bet, loosen the back of this air box, and then you can take out your snorkel tube. And that's really the trick to getting this carburetor out of here. That's the last piece back in before you tighten everything down. Okay, so we have our carburetor in here, and one of the really important things is where this fuel inlet is. With the other cheap carburetor, it was back here, behind this. They moved it, and with that extra bit of location in here, it was so tight you couldn't get in there and get the proper bend with your fuel line to make this work as the tank came through. So that right alone, plus the way these other side vent tubes go in, I mean, this one fits right in there much better than the other piece did. Fit and finish, it's quality. All right, well, now it's time for the big test. Turn some fuel on here. It's running in already. Good, let's hope this works. It's been a while since this thing's been started here. And I can set this right here, it won't vibrate so much on me. Now the battery's a little on the weak side, so I'm going to probably give this a kick just so I know it'll turn over well. It's a perk of one of these machines, having a backup kickstarter. Now it also has the little primer button down here. Give it a couple shots of that, it's been a while. Turn it on. Choke. Make sure the switch wasn't on. Oh, look at that. Wow, this thing hasn't fired up in a while. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now I can get it out of here, clean it up, and use it again. Alright, warm up a little bit. Burn some of this crap fuel out of there. She's alive again. Woo! That puts 2 of these 300s to use now. And it's even idling. Last time the problem with that other carburetor wouldn't idle for anything. And that's the whole perk of this machine. It's an awesome little machine to run, and once the battery charges up, it'll probably work a little better too. Yeah, it didn't have that with the other carburetor. It would just fall flat on its face, and you kind of had to keep it floored the whole time. Maybe I'll adjust this up a little bit for the throttle. But overall, hey, it's back and alive. So let's put this together. I hope you like this video. Maybe you learned something. If anything, you learned that Chinese stuff is absolute garbage. You get what you pay for. Stop buying it, because that's what's ruining this country. I mean, everything nowadays is made with all cheap Chinese crap. Windshield wipers, they used to last for years. They don't last at all anymore because they only put like plastic compounds in the rubber, and that's why they fall right apart. Same with all these little gaskets and seals. What good is it if in a year or two you got to throw it out and start all over again? It just wastes your time. Buy the quality stuff right off the bat, like this particular machine. I mean, this is a quality machine. This is a 97 model. I mean, they made them for a bunch of years, but this is one of the last of the best machines made. Everything on it is manually controlled. As soon as you get all the electronics and stuff, they're not the same anymore. But let me clean this up, get this out of here, and I'll take it for a ride. Show you what this can do. Check out our other videos, Mr. Brian's Amazing World. You need to like and subscribe. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, we have a whole bunch of these machines now. We go out, we ride them all over the place and plow with them. I have the same machine in green that I actually do plow with, and I have a video on doing that. So if you're ever interested in plowing with one of these, it's really great for that because you can fit just about everywhere with it. It has just enough power, just enough weight, and they work great. Really, really great machines. If you can find one, grab them because they're collectible. They're practically indestructible. A lot of people are modifying the heck out of these to big lifts and tires, and frankly, I think it's kind of overkill, but I like them just as a stock machine. It's perfect. They're not the fastest, they're not the most powerful, but they really are the best. It's just awesome. And it's only 300cc engine, but just goes everywhere. And it's a really great ride. Anybody can ride them, piece of cake. And hey, I'm excited now that this is working. I want to go take it for a spin. So let me get this cleaned up and get it out of here and finish putting it together. This is good news here. Thank you. You have a great day. Follow along, Mr. Brian's Amazing World. Well, now that I got it out, let's see what she looks like. It's sitting there idling along like a champ. 1997. These headlights are awesome up here. Geez, I don't even remember how to turn these on. But man, you can see everything with those LEDs up there. They light the whole night up. It's kind of cool. 4-wheel drive. These Bear Trackers, or Bear Claws, they are awesome tires. They'll go everywhere. Cheap enough tire. Works great on this machine. Can't believe how well this is idling now after cleaning that carburetor. That's all it took. And overall, still pretty decent for a 97. It's been sitting a while. We just got to wash her up, make her all nice and pretty again. Now this desert tan's a popular color, and make a whole lot of them. A lot of people like them. But make sure to follow along, Mr. Brian's Amazing World. We'll take you out for a ride on this thing on another video here. Showcase the whole machine and show you everything we can about it. And thanks a lot. You have a great day.